Yes, I think it provides some really good competitions, especially November when Oklahoma rolls in here, the first 10 days of the season. A team that returns virtually everybody from an NCAA tournament team a year ago. So I think there's a good mix of challenging games away from home, and then you take the fact Oklahoma and St. Mary's are coming in here. I think it adds to a good home schedule as well.
Talk about that Oklahoma matchup. That's a pretty big game here on the home.
Well, I just think, with our move to the Big East now, it's easier for us to get home and homes with power conferences. That was very difficult to do in the past. It's easy to do now. I think coaches, there's an attraction to wanting to bring your team into our environment in the non-conference portion of the season because you're going to play in front of a good crowd and play in a great arena. So that's made it easier for us to attract some quality opponents.
How big of a challenge with the young team? It's important to have that five-game home stand to open the season.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's just the way it worked out. I'm not sure that was on purpose, but it's. I think our team needs to be at home early as we redefine some roles with some of these guys, because we're going to ask them to do some things that we haven't asked them to do in the past.
New look team, new little goatee action. How big of a challenge is this for you with all these new guys?
The biggest challenge is me trying to grow a goatee. That's the biggest challenge. But it's just this time of the year recruiting that beats shaving. So, it's fun. It's exciting. You got guys like Austin and Avery and Will who have played different roles on our team. Devin. Now it's their time to shine. And guys like Zach and Jeff have been waiting their turn, and Jeff's been fighting injuries, and I think he's as healthy as he's ever been. So I think it's exciting for them, and because they're hungry and wanting to get better, it makes it exciting for our coaching staff as well.
We heard from Doug. Let's hear from you. What did you think about his selection and then the trade to the Bulls?
Well, first of all, the whole draft process was an unbelievable experience. I mean, that's a night I won't ever forget. It was really remarkable to be sitting on that stage and experience that with Doug, and to see all of his hard work come to fruition with the opportunity to play professional basketball. And he was aware of the trade about 45 seconds before his name was called. During the process, I don't think we knew the Bulls were interested. We didn't know that there was a possibility of him ending up in Chicago because of where they picked. So when that all transpired, obviously Doug was very excited. He's comfortable in Chicago, having been there the last couple months, and I think he feels like he fits with their team. And for us and for our fans to be this close, and a lot of games on WGN, I think our fans will get a chance to follow his career a little more closely.
Will you go to Vegas and watch him?
I'm going to be there recruiting Saturday, so I think I'm going to have a chance to watch his first game on Saturday, but that'll be the only one that I'll see, because we'll be moving on to another location after that.
You put on your coaching hat. It's a pretty good fit for him, depending on what they do in free agency, obviously, but in terms of settling in as a professional, it's a good situation.
I think so, and I think Coach Thibodeau is arguably one of the better defensive coaches in the NBA, and for Doug to make the transition to the NBA, that's the area of the floor that's going to be the most different for him. So to learn from one of the best early in his career, I don't think he could ask for more. And they struggled scoring the basketball at times last year, and I think his shooting with Derrick Rose coming back, hopefully there's an opportunity for him to show what he's capable of doing, because I think we all know he can put the ball in the basket.
Looking at it from the program perspective here, how beneficial is that to have, I know he's your kid, but to have a kid come out of your program so high in the league?
Well, it's beneficial. You go in the locker room now, we've got a locker in there for Anthony Tolliver, for Kyle Korver, and for Doug. And as long as we have active guys playing in the NBA, they're going to have a spot to come home to in this building. It's great. It's great for our program. It's opened up doors for us from a recruiting standpoint, simply because every high school kid in the country, I think they know something about a Creighton, but they know a lot about Doug and about his career and about his development and how he came from a virtually unknown player out of high school to a lottery pick. And that can only help ourselves. So it's definitely impacted us in a positive way.
Greg, when they designed this place, they didn't design a trophy case, but talk about what you got in your office. And Doug collected like 13 trophies.
Yeah, we've got 5 or 6 of the major ones in my office. Doug wanted them displayed here so our fans could see them at least for the next few years, and I think we'll design an area in the lobby you know, both for some of our team stuff and for some of Doug's individual awards. So, you know, as we were giving tours of the building, we felt it was important that people got a chance to take a photo next to the Naismith Trophy if they wanted to. So at least for right now, they're displayed in my office.